I'm Tommy Bechtold, and today I'm sitting down with Sam Richardson, star of the Apple TV Plus show The After Party, season 2 of which comes out July 12th. Just in time for all that summer fun. Ooh, yeah. Everybody worked on their bods so hard, and then they're gonna sit down and watch TV.
Exactly. I'm gonna sit down and watch TV in a swimsuit.
So here on the break room, we like to play a little game where we look into the past, we dive into some of your past characters, and we give life advice to them. Sam, are you ready to journey into your past?
I am.
All right. We've had a lot of people in this chair. Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
The ghost of Gandhi.
Whoa.
And I got rough with.
Yeah.
Let's go to a fan favorite, Richard Splett.
Yes.
From
okay.
Veep.
All right, let's talk turkey, Governor.
Oh, wonderful pets.
What about all these rumors that Senator Talbot is talking to you about a position in her administration?
You know, when you listen to rumors, you rue more than... Nope, I don't know where I was going with that. Works in sign language.
Very cagey. Jane, back to you.
All clear. Thanks for having me.
Richard, that was fantastic. Us Weekly wants to do a piece on you. 25 things that no one knows about you.
Well, number one is I love lists.
Oh, look at you. So cute.
A good man.
Oh, look at those glasses.
You know?
Prescription or fake?
Prescription.
Yeah.
When I did the audition, I never auditioned in glasses.
No, me either.
But I was like, I'll wear my glasses for this audition,
Right.
And I did. And I was like, oh, now I have to have my glasses.
Now I've committed to it.
I have to give them my glasses. But then, like the second season, they put prescription in glasses.
Yeah, that's
that were
good.
props. They became my own personal to props.
Yes. So what was it like working with that cast of heavy hitters? You know, we were improvisers, you know, a lot of improv heroes and sketch comedian heroes there. What was it like?
It felt like a culmination of like a lot of like the work I'd done before that. You know, came up through Second City and through improv at like Planet Ant Theater in Detroit. And getting and you know, we wrote our shows at Second City through improv. So there's a lot of like re-improvisation. So you know, you improvise a scene where you do a written scene, then you'd like put the scripts away, and then you'd re-improvise it and see what you'd find from it. And that was a process at Veep. You know, so we did table read, and then you put the scripts aside, and then we re-improvised them. And I was like, oh, I know how to do this. You know. And then, but at the same time, like at the tables, they're all comic heroes,
right?
You know, I'm like Julia Louis-Dreyfus,
right.
You know, Matt Walsh. I'm like this. I'm trying to keep it cool, but they were so warm and inviting and funny, and just I felt at home immediately.
Any favorite memories? Anything that stands out? A crazy day? Something that went beyond your expectations?
We were filming a scene about an election on election night, 2016.
Oh God!
And everybody was like, "So, like, we did it, guys. we got Hillary coming." And then, like, as we were filming, like, we're on this set of this voting booth, and like as the results start to slowly come in, everybody's like mood was like, "Oh yeah."
No. What life advice would you give to Richard?
To Richard, honestly, Richard, like, he's buoyant. He's the water off a duck's back. I'd be like, buddy, just do what you're doing.
Yeah. Don't change a thing, baby.
Don't change a thing, baby. You're aces.
So let's move on to Detroiters.
I mean, I dressed down to look less attractive.
Sorry, bud. You look like a friggin' smoke show.
I know. I'm a hot piece of ass. Perfect 10. Girls want to bang me, and guys want to be me being banged by them.
Well, first, let me ask you: did you name your character Sam because you didn't want to learn a new name?
Yeah, it's just easier that way.
Yeah.
When it's easy when you're not paying attention on set, and somebody says your name, and you're like, "Look,"
right?
You at least get a natural reaction.
Yeah.
There truly is nothing more confusing than when you're like, it's the action, the character's name's Sam, and your name isn't Sam.
Right. Well, we're going to talk about Ted Lasso, and I was like, I was watching that with my mom, and I'm like, I bet you that pissed him off.
Real mad.
To my mom, still you're a very angry man. This guy.
There's a little diamond because it had coal in my hand.
Yeah. So what life advice would you give Sam?
Maintain a healthy sense of self. You know, you're tied at the hip, and it's very, you know, it's wonderful, and love is truly love, and you've got a best friend you live next to. Just remember to maintain a sense of self. That's his main thing.
Great. I love that. How did it feel to get to return to your hometown to make a TV show?
It was truly wild because, like, you know, Tim and I came up through Second City in Detroit. And then we moved to Chicago, and all we would do, people would get so annoyed with this backstage, they'd be like, we get it, you're from Detroit. And we're like, yeah, but in Detroit, we do this.
Right.
And in Detroit, we don't say Detroit, we say Detroit.
Right.
And so to then get to make something and then bring, and we always like say, oh man, I'd love to go back to Detroit, but I'd love to bring something here. So to get to go do that and then bring a show and like to hire so many of our friends and people who we trust, and like you, and they really get to show the city in that like that light, you know, a positive light, but just like a different light than you're used to seeing.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're not saying that what we do in Detroit is like this is the real Detroit versus like, because like it's impossible because there's multitudes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like what we did is like show a different Detroit, and I'm so proud to have gotten to do that.
Yeah,
and
of course.
also get to just do hard comedy.
You talked a little bit about Tim. What was it like getting to make a show with, like, you know, a real life best friend of yours and a frequent collaborator?
We always say it's Tim and Sam on Detroiters, or Tim and Sam if we were half as lucky but twice as dumb. You know?
Sure.
So like to get to like do that and
that's
like
very
kind
funny.
of put ourselves in these things and kind of like tell some stories from ourselves in there. It's great, and also like you're happy to go to set every day. And you're looking forward to it. And you're happy to do the edit. And
Sure.
Promote it. So every step of the way.
Now, this is kind of a natural, I think, about progression into I Think You Should Leave, which I have to say, you know, you're my friend. I love you. This was the hardest for me to compartmentalize performance versus real life person. I think for fans of sketch comedy, this show finally took the risks that so many of our favorite iconic shows are just slightly afraid to take. So we're gonna do some rapid fire questions on these characters. Some of them I think we've just named after the sketches, so don't be offended if I don't have their correct name. The Ghost of Christmas Way Future.
Oh man.
It's a bone mama! Don't let it lay an egg!
I don't know what to do!
Use your Christmas cheer and bash his freaking brains out, you idiot!
Kind of, I think for him, I'd say my advice would be to like think about what you're gonna say before you say it.
Freaking Bodies, yeah.
Freaking Bodies. Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
All right, the Little Buff Boys.
Little buff boys, little buff boys, twisting and scrunching, squishing and crunching with their buff little bodies, buff little bodies.
You know, you can lose the wig.
Yeah.
You can lose the wig. You don't need it. Everybody's gonna be happy with you. You know, truth be told, there's a whole bit in here where this whole time I'm wearing this thing and I pull it up and I have a ball.
Yeah.
So I put a bald cap on. They put a bald cap on.
Yeah.
I was in the hair and makip chair for like hours.
Yeah.
This bald cap for this one thing, and I'm sweating. You see, I'm sweating like a maniac in there. So I'm wearing a bald cap and then a thick wig. And then like I watched the episode and there's like it cuts the part where you reveal the wig.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, why is his hairline so low? Like, oh, it's a misreveal.
We got Danny Green, host of the photo wall of Metal Motto Search, Metaloid Maniac.
Karina, you're up first. Give me a color.
The pink dot.
Pink dot.
Go get it, Metaloid Maniac! There he goes!
He's zipping around crazily.
I mean, where do we start with advice for this guy?
My God. My advice for him, do a run through before you go live on it. Just make sure the concept works.
And how about the owner of the Pacific Proposal Park?
That's why I opened Pacific Proposal Park, the perfect place to propose. Gardens and gardens of flowers, as well as a special spongy soft soil. Perfect for the most perfect meal of your life. And unfortunately, the perfect place to slam Jerry the Jet Jones to the ground.
You marry me?
These fucking wrestlers keep coming in and practicing their slams on my proposal ground.
My advice to the proprietor of
Yes.
Pacific Proposal Park,
Yes.
that's alliteration.
That's a crazy alliteration.
Just have a height limit. You know what I mean? If they're taller than this,
Yeah.
they can't come in. That's just your cleanest way to know.
That's a good, yeah. We're going to move on to Paul from Promising Young Women.
Okay.
What life advice would you give this character?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yikes. Respect women.
Yes.
And I say that with a laugh because you need to.
Yes. No, I think the laugh was implied that he did not.
And he did not. Yeah, I'm just being very clear that he's a bad guy.
Yes. What's it like to play off type like that? Like,
I mean, I'm always wanting to like sort of get the full spectrum of what people are in any sort of acting or character that I do.
Yeah.
So, you know, playing a lot of things on this side of the spectrum, it's not just a fun, but like a very hopeful activity and exercise to get to like do on the other side.
Sure.
So, and like that's kind of like also what the idea of like the casting in this movie was, like subverting the expectations of like these nice guy actors. Then like, yeah, that's who are the
right. My old acting teacher used to say, like, if you play a nice guy, like the nice dads on sitcoms are usually jerks, and the guys who play monsters on dramas are usually the nice guys. Like, it's
exactly. So what does that tell you about all my work?
All right, let's go to Finn Wheeler from Werewolves Within.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, who is packing?
I am, yes sir, America.
Who else is packing, dog?
Wow.
How do you feel about this movie having the highest critical score ever on Rotten Tomatoes for a movie based on a video game?
I am so proud of it. I really love this movie. This movie, we filmed that right before the pandemic. It was like in the background of a zombie movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We were like, 2 cases shown, but like it's in the background, so we're like filming and stuff. We're like,
sure.
We're like, that's what Oscar party.
Yeah.
And then like we finished and got home, and then like everything. And so I didn't get like a proper like theater release and run.
Sure.
I think I really imagine it would have had like a good run. But it's like really fun to do. And like Josh Rubin, who directed it, really put his foot in this thing in the best way. And the cast is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's like really fun and like an action comedy, horror comedy.
What life advice would you give this character?
You know, take a karate class.
Look at the double axes.
Double axes, dude.
Yeah. Let's talk about MODOK, the Hulu animated series. You played Gary, the one-armed AIM henchman.
They're throwing a party together and inviting me to my house? Initiate self-destruct mode.
1 minute to self-destruction.
MODOK, no! Don't kill yourself!
Living is for married men, Gary.
Maybe this is her way of saying she wants to be with someone who takes care of themselves. And maybe one day that could be you!
30 seconds to that sweet release.
So what you're saying is that Jody is still madly in love with me?
Well...
Yes.
What life advice, I mean, other than the obvious, would you give to Gary?
Oh, man. Gary, my life advice to you would be, of course, protect the arm.
Yeah.
Of course, protect the arm.
Yeah.
But, you know, go into business for yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're very loyal, but be loyal to you.
Would you like to play Gary in live action? Is that something interesting to you?
I'll be honest, I don't want to play Gary.
All right. You've heard it here first.
I don't.
We don't want... Okay, so then is there any Marvel character you would like to play?
Oh, my goodness. I mean... I'm always like, oh, if I say it, then is that what makes it not happen?
Oh, yeah. All right.
But, you know, Hank McCoy.
Yes!
I love the Beast.
Yes! Oh, my God.
Him. I love
Let's
him.
manifest it for crying out loud.
My stars and garters.
You know what else we need to bring back? Swamp Thing, baby.
Hey, is Linda home?
We got divorced. She said we weren't compatible, and also everything about me is disgusting.
Life advice that I give the Swamp Thing, you know, just stay in touch with the green, man.
Yeah. Stay in touch with the green,
Stay in touch with the green, baby.
Any DC character you'd love to play?
I would always dress up as Superman for Halloween.
Yes.
Every year.
Yes.
And I used to wear, as a little kid, I would wear Superman pajamas.
Yes.
As clothes.
The Superman pajamas, those were iconic.
If I could find those as an adult, like truly the same ones, but as an adult, I would buy a crate of them.
Speaking of not heroes, Edwin Akufo from Ted Lasso.
I truly enjoyed meeting you. And I'm so flattered by your offer. I'm sorry, but my answer is no thank you.
You Nigerian motherfucker!
Whoa.
You Yoruba trash! Who the fuck do you think you are wasting my time? You medium talent piece of shit.
What life advice would you give this character?
Hey, man. Find a hobby that doesn't require other people's lives.
Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
Get into true philanthropy.
And finally, the reason we are here, the after party.
Yes.
Has there been another murder?
Actually...
Hit me with that unique rom-com sequel.
This is not a sequel.
What life advice would you give that character?
Oh, man. Anik, if I could give you any life advice, it would be to just be forward.
Yes.
Say what you feel.
Yes.
You know, and then deal with it afterwards. I feel like a lot of the problems that you run into are because you didn't want to say something and years ago. You don't want to say something now, and a lot of that, and
got you in a world of trouble.
You know, exactly.
Yes. Do you have any different advice for your character from season 1 to season 2?
Season 2, be yourself right off the bat.
Yeah,
that's my advice to you. And
sure,
because you're cool, buddy, and you're handsome.
Now, this is another great cast. Yes. Any favorite memories from the set?
Oh man, this cast was so great. Like, because the first season cast, fantastic. I was worried that second season, it's hard to live up to because we were lock and step, all of us.
Yeah,
we were sequestered together.
Right, sure.
We filmed that in the height of lockdown.
Right.
And so this time it was like, oh well, that's family. This is a new cast, but then this one became family as well.
I could ask 10 more, but they're telling me I contractually have to leave. What can audience members expect from Anik in season 2?
You can expect big laps. You can expect bone crunching action.
How's that for a headline, BuzzFeed?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Bone crunching action. Please dictate to type and then send that to whoever.
Sam, thank you so much for coming and sitting and talking with us today about After Party Season 2, July 12th on Apple Plus. We will be there. I will be watching. How about some life advice for the audience today?
Take care of you, okay? But taking care of you also means taking care of those around you.
Yeah.
We're a society.
We live in a society. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Goodbye, Mom. Bye, Uncle Joe.
Bye.
Wave at every camera.
Bye.